Boots are a wardrobe staple, a non-negotiable, must have in the same vein as something like jeans, for example. You have to have a few different styles of jeans as they serve different looks and obviously different purposes. Boots are really no different. The different styles, both trendy and classic, can be something that you will invest in, that you will wear for years to come. Trust and believe. They probably can and will be a little bit more in price, and this isn't something to skimp on. When you break down the CPW, of course, which is the cost per wear, it seems a lot more reasonable. So, for example, if you want to spend let's just say $400 on a pair of boots, which will never go out of style, and you wear them, let's just say, and you take good care of them for 8 years or more, it's going to cost you less than $1 per day to wear those boots. That's a pretty good deal, if you ask me. My name is Holly Cates. I'm the only Holly you need to know, and the best friend you never knew you needed in fashion. And today we're talking all about boots and how to style them. Now, there is care and maintenance involved for sure. Keeping them shined and scuff-free to the best of your ability and making sure the heels are in good condition. It is all worth it to have boots that look new all or most of the time. Now, boot styles, they come in all different price points, different shapes, obviously, and heel heights. But the styles can be determined by the height on the leg, which is called the shaft, and the type of heel. The heights range from over the knee, which is what I'm wearing here, this over the knee boot. Some can go up to mid-thigh, to right below the knee, which is what I'm wearing here, to mid-calf, to above the ankle, and below the ankle, commonly known as booties. So these different types of heights can range in heel size from stiletto, that's what I'm wearing here, this is a stiletto, to a block heel, this is a block heel, to rubber soles like for rain and for snow. I have a little bit of a boot problem, so I have a lot of different ones to choose from. So it can be addicting, and it is a huge wardrobe staple for most, definitely for me. Starting with boots that come over the knee, perhaps the thigh, they can be called over the knee or thigh high boots. Now, over the knee boots can range in heel height and can come in leather or suede, which I think suede is a little bit softer and has more give, and usually a little bit more comfortable. These types of boots really, they look best. This is not a hard and fast rule, but they look really good on really tall people with slender legs. Now, I would say classify that as people, 5'7" and up with great legs. You could definitely pull this off with a shorter skirt or a shorter dress. Now, I have some leather metallic over the knee boots that I wore with a dress. Now, this is definitely and was a fashion risk for me. And now it's probably not the perfect boot height for me, as I have a larger thigh. But if you're like 5'3" and under, or if you're one of our petite fashion besties and you're trying to wear thigh-high boots, chances are it's going to take up all or most of your leg. So a shorter boot might be a little bit more proportionate to your look. However, I didn't really care. I'm part of the short girls club. I got these black over the knee thigh-high boots and I love them. These gold ones, I've worn these a time or two. However, I do like to wear them with a longer skirt or a dress. The best way to style these, I think, is with a dress or a skirt that comes to the knee. So you can see the top of the boot, when you sit down. Wearing something long over an over-the-knee boot is very common, usually when it's really cold outside, and it works also with longer shorts if you wanted to do that, and tights, which is super cute. You can also wear them over jeans like I'm wearing now, yes, but the jeans have to be skinny jeans so you can fit all of the fabric into the top of the boot. So I'm wearing skinny jeans now. That's why it looks like one big long piece. My over-the-knee boots, let's just say they're not breathable, okay? So try to wear them when it's really cold outside. Also, if you're a hot-natured person, this type of boot style is not for you. The boots trap the heat and raise your body temperature. So just keep this in mind if you're interested in this type of style. Another thing to think about when purchasing a boot like this is that you really want to have a style to support this, or have a little bit of an idea of what you would want to wear if you bought an over-the-knee or mid-thigh boot. If this is a new style for you, great. But if you're really conservative, or if this is a very risky purchase for you, make sure you have a cohesive look. Something that you can actually wear with them instead of just, purchasing them and then hopefully you'll find something to wear later. I love an over-the-knee boot. Now, did I blindly purchase these? You could say probably, definitely the gold ones I blindly purchased, but I made it work. So my style suggestion for sure would be a maxi or a midi dress, or a skirt with a top and a jacket and a thigh-high boot. It's edgy with a modern twist. A little shock and awe when you can sit down and then you can see the top of your boot. You don't need a lot. It's all about simplicity of your outfit, as the boots are the star. But aren't they always? Boots are something that is one of my favorite wardrobe staples, and I make them work year-round. If this is the style of boot that you're interested in, then just know that the chocolate and cream lanai skirt from the Wear This Not That online boutique is just waiting for you. And it would completely look fabulous with a thigh-high boot, or a boot that comes to the knee. Now, the skirt has an elastic waistband and it looks great on most body types. So stay tuned for a little outfit inspo on that item featured this week. And it is the perfect skirt for transition fall with ease. And that's what we love. We love transitioning into the next season with ease. With a lanai skirt, you can certainly do that. The next level of boot height, which comes to the knee, something like this or right below, this is called a knee boot or a tall boot. Same look as a thigh-high boot, but just without as much drama. Now, this one has a stiletto heel here, and you can get them in any heel height, flat, block, or a stiletto. Also a wedge. They are recommended for any and all, regardless of your height, and they can work actually to give you a longer and leaner look when styled the right way. My suggestion would be a monochromatic look, kind of like what I'm wearing now, a boot to the knee over leggings, layered with a crop jacket. Oh, I have a crop jacket on now, and a scarf. Looks great. And if you do decide to do a monochromatic look, it doesn't have to be dark like what I'm wearing now. I think that really is the go-to, but think about a monochromatic look in something like cream or taupe or mocha. And believe me, I love a dark monochromatic look, but I also love it in navy. I love it in red, and I've done it before in white as well. I love a cowboy boot to the knee. That is my favorite. Slouchy, or what's called pirate boots, are back in. Think Captain Jack Sparrow and the boots he wore during the movie Pirates of the Caribbean. They can be worn with dresses or skirts, jeans, and of course, shorts as always. What's great about these is that you can really squish them down and push them down to be shorter if you want, or pull them up to be a little bit longer. That type of boot never has been out of style, and the most popular heel height, I think, for a slouchy boot is definitely a flat boot. Now, the mid-rise boot is next, which is really mid-calf and is the most common type of boot. Most cowboy boots like these you see here and that you see in stores, they come up, about mid-calf, which is about halfway up your calf to the biggest part around your calf. But when it comes to cowboy boots, here's a fun fact. Traditional, authentic cowboy boots don't have any hardware or a way to put them on except for sliding your foot in and pulling them up. They come in a ton of price points and styles, but just know real cowboy boot is one without any hardware. They're worn for working on the farm, working on the ranch, protecting your feet and your legs really, while having special heels for keeping your feet in the stirrups when you ride horse. So this is a cowboy style boot, and it has the zipper. So this is not a real cowboy boot here. This is a cowboy style boot. You can get real authentic cowboy boots from companies like Tacova, Dan Post, Dingo, Ariat, Lucchese, and any Boot Barn or Western Warehouse store. Now, if y'all don't have anything like that where you live, just come on down to Georgia and we can head on down the road here and take you to the Boot Barn, and you've never seen as many boots as you've seen in your life. Thousands and thousands of styles of boots to choose from. Kind of like going to Nashville. Every other store has them, and there's hundreds and hundreds of styles. So there's that. Cowboy boots are forever, and they will never die. They can be worn with shorts, pants, skirts, dresses, and jeans, especially a flare jean. They always go with cowboy boots. They are not, however, considered dressy. It's a great way to bring something down if you're wearing something really dressy and you want to take it down a notch to make it more casual. Now, if you are in the market for some cowboy boots or a cowboy style boot and you don't care if they are authentic, you can definitely get a cowboy boot style from anywhere. Any big box store or most department stores have them, and designers that we all know of like Steve Madden or Paris, Texas, or Isabel Marant, Jimmy Choo, they all have cowboy style boots. These are Valentino cowboy style boots, which I love because I can put them right under my jeans and I don't have a large shaft making all that bulk underneath. But I have both authentic cowboy boots and cowboy style boots. Moving on down the leg, ankle boots or below the ankle boots are often called booties. This is something like a bootie style here. And styling something with these can be a little bit tricky. However, you can do it. Just take and take the boots. Definitely wear them with jeans. That's a no-brainer. But just make sure the top of the boot is fitted and that it is not too wide, so it's like rubbing or gaping at the top and they aren't giving you blisters. If you're wearing something that you can see the top of your boots, it should fit nicely for sure. But I love these. These are an authentic snakeskin with a silver tip. This is a designer brand, but this is also called a Chelsea boot because it has the elastic on the side. When you wear a bootie, it should fit nicely around your ankle and look like an extension of your foot. Wearing booties is a great way to get the boot look under your jeans, again, without the bulkiness. So I have several pair of booties, and it's something that I constantly have in my wardrobe. It's just a non-negotiable. Now, if you need some brands of booties, literally everyone sells booties. You can get them in any price point, and most stores carry them. I don't recommend buying shoes online, especially boots, but if you know your size and you want to give it if you want to roll the dice on that, you can do that, but I have to try them on, especially because each company makes different sizing and they all fit differently. Also, make sure they're comfortable to walk in. Wearing them with leggings or slacks or even tights will look great as they will fit nicely around the ankle, but booties should be an extension of your leg and not cut you off the ankle because your boots are distracting or ill-fitting or your pants are too short. So if you have a lot of skin showing here, it's not really considered a good way to wear your booties. You want to make sure all the leg is covered and that these go under your dress or under your pants. Now, most people write into me with questions about boots. It's usually what to wear with different types of boots, which ones are in, what's out, and this goes to say, when in doubt, just ask. There are some boot fashion crimes, of course, as always, as there are fashion crimes with everything practically. And some of those crimes as of late, as we talked about, are wearing crop jeans, like really crop jeans with booties. You know, jeans that come right above the ankle bone and then short booties, which can expose the leg. This, according to some fashion experts, is a boot fashion crime, okay? And I can honestly see why. You don't want to cut your leg off right at halfway at your leg. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you don't really have any skin showing so you can wear your booties and make you look taller, not shorter. But let's be honest, I've seen worse. Boots are something that have definitely worn for both fashion and function. Like, for example, if you wear snow boots or rain boots, however, wearing rubber-soled or weatherproof boots when it's not inclement weather, that is indeed a fashion crime for sure. Now, if you are wearing winter or shearling boots when it's not 20 degrees or below outside, that is a fashion crime too, my friends. Don't do it. Also, if you are wearing those rubber boots like galoshes and it's not raining outside like at all, that is a fashion crime. If you wear them when it's really raining, that's what they're for function, not really for fashion. Now, if they have flowers or polka dots or ducks on them, that's a double fashion crime. So don't let me catch you wearing rubber boots, especially if they're not solid and especially if it's not raining. If it's a torrential downpour or you're going to be outside for a long period of time or it's a hurricane and you want to wear your rain boots, now you have my permission, okay? But all that to say, only then, and also not if you're walking 5 feet to your garage either. Another boot fashion crime, there's so many, is wearing boots that are completely dogged out, not taken care of. that is a fashion crime, unfortunately. You have to make sure that the heels are in good condition, and scuffs, banged up, and chewed up heels from getting your stilettos caught in the cracks and having the sole split, fabric stained or peeling, etc. All those are boot fashion crimes. If you own a pair of boots, keeping them ready to wear and clean and updated is work for sure, but that's what you sign up for when you purchase a great pair of boots. Find a great cobbler in your area to help you with this. And not only will this extend the life of your boots, but it's going to keep them looking brand new for years, which really is the point. If you're going to invest this kind of money in something like boots, really nice boots, then it's worth it to take care of them. Especially if you're going to be walking around the big city like New York, you know, it's almost like the sidewalks just chew up your shoes. Especially if you're hard on your shoes like me, a cobbler is someone that you definitely have to visit. Getting familiar with what they do and how much it costs really helps. It helps with the sticker shock. But getting my boots ready for fall and winter, care and maintenance of your boots is easy if you're already taking great care of your shoes anyway. Most of these boot companies, they want you to buy like a leather spray or a conditioner or a non-silicone water and stain protector, which really does increase the life of your boots. And it is optional if you want to do that, but it is worth the extra effort. I really hope that you enjoyed this little boot lesson that we had here. We have so many other styles that we didn't cover. This is the combat boot, which I love, which will never die. We did talk about the Chelsea boot. And I want you to know that there is a Pinterest board for you this week, and you can consider all these different styles, what would work for you, and the options that could help you make or break some really cool, fun fall outfits. Obviously, the overlying message here, boots can elevate your outfit and make them look modern by keeping up, keeping them polished, and absolutely taking care of them. Style your boots with a maxi dress, jeans, and, you know, really cute and zhuzh up with a great top. They are ageless. Boots are a no-brainer when it comes to style, and anyone of any age can wear them. Just know that. So if you're looking for some fabulous jeans, not for nothing, to wear with your boots, head on over to wearthis.that.shop for the best jeans you will ever own. The Della denim trouser. They come in two colors, mid-wash and an indigo. And not for nothing, the indigo has a matching blazer. So thank you so much for tuning in for this boot lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. My name is Holly Cates, your favorite personal stylist. And as always, the best friend you never knew you needed in fashion. We'll catch you next week with some more fashion and style advice curated just for you by me, the only Holly you need to know. Y'all have a fabulous, fashionable week.